me this now and riddle me that. Does anyone really know the mind of the bat? I live in the shadows, I work in the shade. I cape in a mask, a lonely keeper's crusade. Can you tell me I'm not insane? Sometimes I get this feeling about the law I'm dealing. Am I letting my reason wane? Have I been forsaken on this path I've taken? Check my head, I guess the joke's on me. Whoa, I'm not laughing at the irony. Oh no. So riddle me this now and riddle me that. Does anyone really know the mind of the bat? So riddle me this now and riddle me that. Does anyone really know the mind of the bat? Wherever you're going, whatever you do, I'm out in the dark, keeping watch over you. So poison the ivy with your crocodile tears. We're climbing the vines to the heart of your fears. Can you tell me, has something changed? The rewards are zero, cause I ain't no hero. Do you know it when you go strange? Is your taunting true? Am I as crazy as you? Check my head, I guess the joke's on me. Whoa, I'm not laughing at the irony. Oh no. Look to the sky at night. I scan the highest heights. Look to the sky at night. I scan the highest heights. So riddle me this now and riddle me that. Does anyone really know the mind of the bat? So riddle me this now and riddle me that. Does anyone really know the mind of the bat? Check my head, I guess the joke's on me. Oh, I'm not laughing at the irony. Oh no. Check my head, the sky at night. I scan the highest heights. Look to the sky at night. I scan the highest heights. So riddle me this now and riddle me that. Does anyone really know the mind of the bat? So riddle me this now and riddle me that. Does anyone really know the mind of the bat? Come on in. Come join the party in the dust and the sand. Chip on your shoulder, sweat and dirt on your hands. Machines and slumber start to lumber outside. Head full of numbers, see the colors collide. Search safest sanctuary, dropping them dollars on you, thank you very much. By the way, no refunds, back into the boneyard, badlands we run. I saw a siren singing, shifting through the shots are ringing, frying, burning, guts are stinging, bringing you the pain. Come on down and join the party tonight. We ain't the kind to turn away from a fight. Chips on our shoulders, sweat and dirt on our hands, cause we're breaking down the borders as we light up the land, yeah. You ain't a skag, are you? Old TK's Jack is just a derelict shell. Ain't nothing left now but his notes and the smell. He used to watch over the fire and the stone. Fan fiction told me that he died all alone. Splash, bang, so corrosive, don't get close if it's explosive. Flash, gang, caustic crew, just a voice we know, soon to reap the seeds you sow, bringing you the pain. Come on down and join the party tonight. We ain't the kind to turn away from a fight. Chips on the shoulder, sweat and dirt on our hands, 'cause we're breaking down the borders as we light up the land, yeah! Come on, drink out your ride. You know they say, better to die at the wheel crash and burn, than die when you're not in your car. I hate you, claptrap. Come on down and join the party tonight. We ain't the kind to turn away from a fight. Chips on the shoulder, sweat and dirt on our hands, 'cause we're breaking down the borders as we light up the land, yeah! The promise of a wild will. We're living in a great big wide world. I wasn't meant to sit still. Keep opening the gates inside our daring dreams. Right out and glide. Driftwood on a stream, swept out with the tide. Doors of the earth won't drag me down. My feet, they are firm and on new ground. Here we go again, back on the road now. Drifters till the end, keep moving on. Here we go again, we ain't gonna slow down. Drifters till the end, keep moving on.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to game number 1 between Cats on My Keyboard and Can't Counterpick Stupid. My name is Rocket. I am joined tonight by the wonderful Anaressa. Hello.
Hello, hello.
So, to start off with, as you can see on the screen, or at least as I can see on the screen, Anaressa has to wait 30 seconds to be able to see it. We do go and have some bands. They basically hate the beginning of the alphabet. They get rid of Alterac Valley, Battlefield, Braxis, and Dragonshire, only leaving Cursed up, and we are actually going to Tomb of the Spider Queen.
Of the Spider Queen.
Yeah, I just said that.
We are. And we're hopping into draft right now.
So fantastic. Oh, I am very washed out. Wow, this filter is not the... Let me fix that right quick. Boop.
For those who don't know, we did have a patch come out earlier this afternoon. So the usual Joe and Rhaegar bands that we've been seeing in a lot of competitive matches for the last couple weeks, that might get switched up tonight.
So yeah, both Joe and Rhaegar did get some relatively minor buffs, but the real question is, will the buffs be enough to bring them back into line? They definitely did not get hit by the nerf bat to the point where they're not playable. They may still be enough that people will go with banning them, but at the same time, you may go ahead and not be forced to give that ban up. You might be like, no, we actually think we can fight Joe now.
To clarify, they were both nerfed, not buffed.
Yes? Words?
We do have a May ban coming out
So
from
yeah,
the side of Can't Counterpick Stupid.
spiders are naturally not very good in the cold, so taking May out onto the Spider Queen is just the humanitarian thing to do. Thank you, Can't Counterpick Stupid.
8 is also a lot of eyes to blind, so getting rid of Joanna really kind of shores that up as well. This is the Be Nice to Spiders game.
Can you imagine if there was a quest that, like, you have to blind, like, so many times, and hitting the spider counted for, like, 8?
Every single spider in the wave. Brightwing gets taken out. Global's not as high of a priority on this map in general, so I'm assuming that's more of a target ban.
I would say something about not tying that to our theme, but I can't really think of anything that Brightwing does to spiders either, except for maybe eating them.
She definitely eats spiders. That's a... Hey! Speaking of spiders, Zebo gets banned.
So this will be a game with a lot of spiders and very, very little...
Well, not as many spiders as there could be because Nazebo got taken out.
Very, very true.
Alright, we do have first pick.
To the side of CCS. They did win the coin flip, by the way. I didn't actually say that, but I'm sure most people could assume it. And we do have Madathi coming out with the Sylvanas. Going to go ahead and be taking out the defensive structures. And also just, like, dumping damage onto the enemy.
Yeah. Haunting waving around, being a generally terrible nuisance in a very good way.
I do have to
wonder...
wonder...
Very good way if she's on your team, very bad way if she's not.
I do have to wonder if Ghost gets annoyed whenever the other team goes Sylvanas. She is like the most ghostly hero, but it looks like they're going to come back with Hogger instead. Apple coming out
Leo's
with Stuka.
pretty ghosty, to be fair.
Okay, that's actually annoyingly fair.
Castle Keyboard does pick up Hogger and Stukov. Stukov was not touched in today's patch at all, I believe.
I don't remember anything about him, nor Hogger for that matter.
So he's still strong. Osprey picks up Lunara and Wits End picks up Rhaegar. So we are still seeing the two OP heroes, at least certainly still respected, certainly still wanted. We'll see tonight how they perform.
See, what's funny is when you said the two OP heroes, I thought you meant Sylvanas and Lunara. I'm like, okay, as good as you are on them, the measure of OPness is not, does Anaressa play this hero?
I'm not biased at all, they're great heroes.
We do have Sonya being taken out. Hogger does not want to deal with Spear Maiden. I don't think I can actually call her a Spear Maiden. That doesn't really go with her lore at all.
Spearbarian? I'm just gonna leave that there. I don't think I can make this better.
You're not required to try and save me. Ooh, an ETC ban coming out. So a bit of a actually tank focus coming out of the side of CCS. They get rid of both Mei and also ETC. Neither team having picked up their tank just yet, though.
ETC fairly well known for being a Garrosh counter. So that might be what CCS is trying to go for here.
So we do have the other spider coming out since we got rid of Nazebo. The big spider is going to be showing up on the map. And then Diva is also going... I wonder who the offlaner is if you have both Diva and Hogger. Or is this going to be a 1-3-1 situation?
I'm not sure. But I really like the Anubarak pick for them. So much of Sylvanas and Lunara's damage. They are auto-attacking heroes, but so much of their damage is spell damage.
And there you are, calling the garage. Well done. Yeah. No. Yeah, trying to attack my keyboard, and that's a bad thing to do right now. It looks like it actually saved a replay. How did... I'm actually mad I did not put that together. Well done.
That's what you got a Cocaster for. I got you, Pooh.
I appreciate you.
Asmodan gets picked up. So, Hyper Carry Asmo.
So yeah, we got Hyper Carry Asmo with either Hogger or Diva backup damage. A lot more damage potentially coming out of the side of CCS, but the 1-3-1, Sylvanas going to be going up against either Asmo or Hogger or they've got like 3 offlaners.
mean, correct me if I'm wrong, since you are the offlaner and I am very much not. But Rag doesn't really, or he's kind of unfavored in most matchups and basically just exists to get the soak until he gets his advantage at 10 from Lava Wave.
That's
In terms
largely
of
true.
offlane matchups.
Though
I know
I
there's
will
plenty more he
actually-
brings to the table as a hero, but
I will actually say Rag does go relatively well into Diva, surprisingly enough. She just has a very, very big hitbox, and it's hard for her to avoid his damage.
good to know.
So, coming into the game right now, we do have Cancel by Keyboard coming in on the Cyan side of the battlefield. We do go and have Koala playing that Diva. Chelsea is on the Asmodan. PJ Red going to be playing the Anubarak. Apple is playing the Stukov. And Chelsea is on the Did I say Chelsea on the Asmodan? Ghost on Hogger?
did.
Okay, I
That's
definitely
okay.
got them all.
And on the side of Counterpick Stupid, we have Volkamer on the Garrosh, we have Madathi on Sylvanas, Osprey on Lunara, Keladorn on Ragnaros, and Witsend coming in on Rhaegar.
Let the battle begin.
I lost my Z key for a second, but it's okay, I found it. We do go ahead and have everyone moving into the middle right now. Looking at our level 1 talents, we do have the Asmodan going Gluttony and Annihilation at 1. We do go ahead and get that Shifting Meteor already 10% done, although a lot of damage coming into Volkamer. He'll be just fine, though.
Big dunk coming out from Asmo, though. Volkamer goes in for a throw, but catches a minion instead.
And they do, surprisingly
Decent bit of
enough,
damage.
send Diva down to deal with Ragnar. And you can already see what I'm talking about. Look at Diva's health, look at Rags.
Oh, wow. Alright.
Oh, but Volkamer's so low on health was down to, I think, about 20%.
He's been relying pretty heavily already on that trait value.
I do have to wonder what the lore explanation for the armor going down as he heals. Corrosive
Well,
healing
that's the one
potion.
thing. Not gonna touch it. Hogger is already splitting off to go do their the Castle Keyboard Bruiser Camp, which is gonna go ahead and get out right away.
It does look like Koala already very, very, very at the edge of death. I would not be walking in here, Koala. Looks like Ghost is going to go ahead and take the bottom camp right now. But as this happens, Volkamer is posting up in the middle. So we do go ahead and have the bottom camp being picked up. Keladorn does go ahead and realize Ghost on the other side is now 2v1. Does go ahead and get stunned. Little Diva's Girl Gun is going in, trying to go ahead and get this done. There's the stun, and yes, Keladorn does get taken out.
That last basic attack over the wall from Hogger does go ahead and take him out.
A lot of damage. It does go unstoppable. Ghost goes ahead and gets out of there. Spooky walks on out, but not the Leoric way.
I was wondering if they might do this. Hogger is looking at an invade of CCS's Bruiser Camp.
Yep, and it looks like he'll clear this very, very, very quickly. This will do a lot of damage and force a response. Although he's getting really low, he's really got to hope no one scouts this. Although, to be fair, why would you?
That's cheeky and I like it.
Oh, Chelsea taking a lot of damage up top. We do going to have Madathi moving forward. There's the throw. And we're going to have Asmodan goes back to the lair of hell in the sky. I don't know. Does drop. It looks like about 10 gems. Madathi is going to go in and kill his Mercenary Camp. Does use Black Arrows to minimize the damage that gets done. And actually, Yet not a single point of damage was done to this fort. I'm really surprised.
We did see Diva try to turn in at bot. Caladorn able to interrupt her.
I'm a bit surprised they have Diva going up against Caladorn. Like, they've got so many valid offlaners.
Yeah, I mean, having Hugger on all of the camps at this point does make sense. I'm interested to see if that advantage stays. Ooh, huge collapse on Koala, but it looks like the bomb is just gonna take the rest of Sylvanas' life.
Yet they sit there a little bit too late because they wanted to get the actual kill on Diva, but instead Diva just squeaked on out of there and Sylvanas did not.
A lot of damage going out on Koala. She's Diva, so...
Looks like she may get poisoned to death. Nope, we do have a heal from Apple at the exact nick of time. Lot of pressure. The front wall is down at bottom. It looks like in middle it took a little bit of damage. Up top, it was cleaned up by Ghost with very, very little problem.
Sylvanas is back at this point and has turned off the tower.
Yet they
Is that going
want
to be enough
this.
damage? It is.
They are mad about the kill before. They're like, Diva, you are paying for that. And indeed, she did eventually.
Looks like CCS is going to head to this bottom camp, kind of giving the map the murky treatment of can't leave any camps up or Hugger's going to come take them.
I do love that you call it the murky treatment. That's a great explanation for it. I may be stealing that.
Steal away, my friend. You do have Lunar's Wisp giving vision of the entire area around bot turn-in, but Castle Keyboard's still able to go ahead and get that turn-in. Castle Keyboard's slightly ahead on the race to 10. They have just hit heroics. Counterpick Stupid not far behind, but having this discrepancy hit at. Ooh, wow.
Yeah, Valk in the middle of a lot of stuff does go ahead and throw Ghost into Ragnaros range, but will go ahead and go down. There's a stun coming out of Ragnaros. Molten Core is used. A lot of damage onto Hoppy Deer Bestier. And it looks like Venison is for dinner.
Stun chain going out on Wit's End as well. Lava Wave does come in and zone out.
Yeah, they were just living in... It's like, this is our fort. Can you guys leave for a second?
Yeah, I mean, when you've got all 5 members of the team there to kind of, split up the tower shots, then...
Alright, both teams are level 10 at this point, and as we disengage, we do see micro missiles from the Diva, Cocoon, Tide of Sin, Flailing Swipe, and Hortipult.
And on the side of Counterpick Stupid, we already saw the Lava Wave coming out of Ragnaros, Lunar took Leaping Strike, got Ancestral coming out from Rhaegar, Decimate coming out from Garrosh, and Wailing Arrow coming out from Sylvanas.
Both sides do go and pick up their mercenary camp at the same time. We are going to go ahead and see them start pushing in the middle, try and get some advantage there. Neither side is turned in, but Castle on Keyboard is one spider butt away from it. I don't know if Valkymer's just sitting here watching. Like a disapproving uncle.
Counterpick Stupid does move in to try and interrupt the channel, but Ghost and Apple able to put both able to put their gems in. Sylvanas gets collapsed on but does escape. It looks like Cats is turning their attention to Ragnaros now.
Yep, big collapse. Ghost going to come in, and that is definitely a Fire Lord that is going to be leaving a deposit of gems at the bottom. That is actually a huge amount of gems that they just lost. They're down to 18.
Yeah. 31 actually, I think, if I'm remembering the count above said correctly.
Well, no, I mean that when I said that, CCS was down to only having 18.
Oh, gotcha.
I do like how even though they're like playing from a little bit of the back foot, they are going ahead and just being like, well, let's just go forward. We may not be getting all the value from the spiders that we can, but we'll just go ahead and take stuff out. And they get the top fort down to about a half health. Lot of pressure coming in the middle. They are going to go ahead and get this cleaned out. Meanwhile, Hogger is pushing in down below. Caledorn is down here. Does he have... Well, if he does, he doesn't use it.
He did send Lava Wave down bot lane, but it was not enough to really turn that around. We do have a 4v4 going on at top fort, though.
There's Valkymer. This cocoon on Valkymer is rude. Oh, we do have the Ancestral come out. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Nope, just saying the exact same thing that you did.
It's almost like we watch the same game and have the same ideas.
Almost. Huge amount of damage going out onto Osprey.
Oh, nice attempt to jump out of danger there, but did end up just slightly in the path. But there is Caledorn. Ghost is a little bit on the wrong side of the Ragnaros. A lot of damage coming down. D.Va does get D-Mech. Aspo goes down. We've got Valkymer is moving forward, looking for more damage, but may not get it. There is some meteors coming from the sky.
Okay, so 1 for 1 / 1.5 for 1 if you count the D.Va coming out from that engage.
Also, thank you very much for the raid. Give me more cosplay. For those of you that are here, we are in game number 1 of Cats on My Keyboard and versus account Counterpick Stupid. You probably guessed that by looking at the top of the screen because you guys are amazing and talented.
We do see a big gem deposit coming out from Cat Counterpick Stupid in top. They don't quite have turn in, but once they do pick up those gems, they're quite close.
And there is Ragnaros' value of Lava Wave just moving across the map, getting a lot of free experience. Madathi takes a bit of damage. There is the micro missiles hitting Caledorn.
CCS does have turn in at this point. Valkyrie's Unstoppable comes out. Ancestral comes out as well.
They do have turn in, but obviously it feels like Cats on My Keyboard is not really interested in letting them get turn in for some reason.
Hogger Hortipult's in. Raider takes a bunch of damage, gets Cocoon, is going to come out into a silence though. He does manage to get away, at least for now.
Nice throw out from Valkymer, but there is an orb from Aspinad. Koala very, very, very low, but does have a nuke available. And we have Witsin being taken out. There is the big nuke. That is just screening away the escape, and it looks like there will be no escape. 3-4-1 in favor of Cats on My Keyboard, as Madathi does barely survive.
And it's... Hogger is playing so aggressively from the side of Cats on My Keyboard, and it's... He did go down in that fight, but was able to get so much value.
Yeah, but it does look like we got a boss play coming out of the top of the map for Cats on My Keyboard. They're going to be able to push directly into top keep because top fort is already gone on the side of CCS. But they probably can't stop this turn as Osprey moves in at the bottom.
They do have Sylvanas on the friendly user camp, which they probably won't be able to, or which Cats probably won't be able to do anything about either. So, and Lava Wave comes out at bot, so that's going to be a lot of map pressure in the other 2 lanes, leaving CCS very free to clear up this boss at top. It looks like Cats is opting to just go all in on top lane and ignore the pretty scary looking other 2 lanes.
Yeah, that's the thing. That level wave is actually really, really effective on this map because the spider goes until it runs into an enemy wave. And so if you kill all the waves in a lane, it just goes until it runs into a wall.
But Web Weaver has already taken out 1 tower and is still at over half health. Potter's going to come in and do something about that, though. And with the entire team rotating onto mid, Katz is able to clear out that Web Weaver and Bruiser Camp pretty quickly. It does leave CCS free to secure top fort, though.
We do go and have top fort being secured. As you said, they are moving around towards middle. They do, of course, still have Sylvanas, so if they want to push in, they can. But instead, they're going to go ahead and make a play for bottom. They do know that they are about half a level behind their opponents, so they want to try and use this to make up that experience gap. And they're going to move up into the middle. Nubrak a little bit far ahead, but they're not going to try anything there. Burrow Charge very, very good at getting out of danger.
Cat's fairly split across the map, trying to deal with the pressure CCS has built up in both top and bot lane.
They've gotten down to about a level behind at this point, but unfortunately 20s are at the verge for Cats on my keyboard.
And Cats does have turn in.
I looked down and I was like, oh, they 39 the turn in. I'm like, wait, that's a different map. A lot of damage. And Sylvanas just gets absolutely obliterated. That is the problem. Like, a new Baraka is literally just like, okay, you don't get to play the game for a while.
Garish able to stay alive for a little bit in the back line.
Osprey trying to get out of here. We do have Hogger going hog wild and just going bounce, 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 bounce. No controlling right on through it.
That is 3 unanswered kills for Cats at that turn, though.
As Web Weavers hit the field, and they do have level 20s, they're walking forward with a blade of armor, rewind, pride, tap off, and no control. Top off, not tap off. I can words.
But since Self-Ancestrals just barely walks out of there.
Alright, middle keep does go down. You have pressure on both the top and the bottom as the spiders start to arrive. We're about 20 seconds from Lunara coming back.
The entire Cats team just collapses on Sylvanas and is able to just take her off the map. We do have game 1 going over to the side of Cats on the keyboard.
Yeah, very, very, very well played set. Definitely had a little bit of back and forth, but really, realistically, it was just when Cats went in, they went in with all claws extended, and whatever hero they went on just got catnipped. I don't have a good way to extend this metaphor.
Yeah, I was gonna go with just, general pouncing, but I feel like that's not as good of a follow-up to being catnipped as anything else. Looking at stats, we do have Ragnaros taking top hero damage in the game, which...
That is quite surprising. Not usually something you see, though admittedly Ragnaros was into a pretty good matchup. Yeah, hero damage also has highest siege damage. That's much more expected.
And highest XP, which also more expected.
Looking at talents, let me see if anything kind of jumps out at me. Not super much. Granted, the only hero of these I play is D.Va, so... I will also report that looking at the predictions, absolutely no one predicted that Cats on my keyboard would win. So the way that works is that I'm going to give the money back to the people that bet on CCS. Basically, if no one bets against them and they didn't stand to win anything, I'm not going to take their points away, because resolving the prediction in the favor of Cats on my keyboard would just mean that the points just went off into the ether and went nowhere. So you gotta support your team, people.
Yeah, looking through the talents, Rhaegar did go full lightning shield build. Since totem build was mainly what was nerfed earlier today. Actually, I don't know if it's full lightning shield build. I don't know if there's another option at 7.
But it's certainly very close to full option build. Or full lightning build. There we go. But we'll go ahead and see you in game number 2. Don't go anywhere. We do have another one. We have the Revenge of CCS. Hopefully, possibly, because I want a game 3. I always want a game 3.
We'll see if we get that tonight.
In the meantime, everyone mark your calendars. I do have a charity event coming up in May. Here's the information about it. Hey there, everybody. We're going to go ahead and get into the next game in just a second, I promise. But while we're in between, I did want to let you know that on May 6th, 7th, and 8th, I'm going to be participating in Game On to End Lupus for the Lupus Foundation of America. If you type !charity in chat, you can find out a link to the donation page. If you type in !bosses, you can see all of the bosses we got ready to go, because we are dedicating the weekend in order to overcoming adversity. So there's just a bunch of bosses that I've got queued up. Saves are ready, and we're going to be overcoming them, having fun, beating some of the biggest challenges that I've run into in my gaming career, and ending lupus.
Addicted to the wonder, it shouldn't have to hide in true hearts. I try to keep it under, it calls me like a siren to the mysteries of distant lands. Secret soon to be, plunder in our hands. Fates we have found so hell-bent wild, facing it down with reckless smiles. pots and tar within my burrow in the ground. Infernal gaping scar of boiling mud and thundering sound. They won't sing of this forsaken pawn of war. Hoist the flags, hold the lines, lessons ever lost to time. Now we sing for you, departed bonds of war. Death on the dunes, we feed the deserts. Blood of the empires on the sand.
Hello everyone. Welcome to game number 2 between Cats on My Keyboard and Can't Counterpick Stupid. COMK versus CCS.
We did have CCS opt to go with map pick instead of the first pick this time. So we are headed to Sky Temple with first pick going over to Cats on the Keyboard.
Sky Temple, a very different map than Super the Spider Queen, although interestingly enough, canonically just above it. This is a map where you can, like, to a certain extent, Super the Spider Queen is the most teamfight heavy map. It's very, very small. You can engage on your opponents very, very easily. This is one of the biggest map of the map pools, and you can actually win by avoiding team fights. So, very, very different vibe.
Nazebo does get banned out again by Cats on the Keyboard. Apparently my camera is frozen.
Yep, I actually just fixed that.
Oh.
Just before Ewok said anything.
Fair.
That's actually something you could do in order to mess with everybody, is just, like, stop moving and then ventriloquist your way through it.
I'm not that good at acting.
So, now we've got...
I would also forget probably like a second and a half into it, so there are interesting craft things going on. Like, can't focus on staying still.
We do go ahead and have May banned out. Oh, interesting. And Taronda being banned out by Cats on My Keyboard. Taronda is a hero that has been pulled out by Wits End, but still I'm surprised to see it removed. Although, here's the thing. I keep not respecting the Taronda, and then I keep seeing Wits End play Taronda, and I keep saying I'm not going to stop doing that, and then I forget.
Yeah, and the additional vision does go a long way on a map like this. I mean, vision's great all the time, but yeah, but I can certainly understand Cats on the Keyboard not wanting global vision talent.
Little bit of a sparring going back and forth with healers as they do go in and get rid of Stukov. And we do have Johanna being picked up for the first time in like 3 months.
Yeah, this will be the first time I've seen her played since the patch. She was consistently banned out in the Stormlight games earlier today.
My team actually allowed her through because we wanted to see it because we're heroes.
Both Asmodan and Hog are getting picked up by the side of CCS this time.
So not leading with all of their damage. They do still have the Hyper Carry Asmo coming out, but Hogger is going to be taken by Zephy. Not going to give that over to Koala. Or actually Ghost. I think it's Ghost is the one that was on the Hogger.
I think Ghost was on Hogger.
Chelsea going to come back and be like,
response.
okay, you want to take our heroes? We're going to take your heroes. What do you think about that? Also, can we just say that right now we have Cats on a Keyboard going with a blonde theme? All their heroes are blonde. We'll have to see if that continues.
We'll have to see. Jane is still up. Sonya does have at least one blonde skin. Could round out the team.
Alright, they do get rid of Diva because no one uses a Diva blonde skin because it's ugly. True facts.
Fair enough.
Second band or third band coming outside of Cats on my keyboard. We don't have a healer yet. And I expect to see a healer band here because the healer pool is already very, very choked. 2 heroes banned and Anduin already picked up. But no.
Rhaegar is still up though.
Yep, they do decide, surprisingly enough, to get rid of Hoppy Dear Best Dear. I will never not call her that.
It's an accurate way of describing her. She is Hoppy, and she is the best. So,
let me rephrase that. Unless another Deer hero is released that is, like, overtuned, at that point I might have to change it.
interesting. So, CCS picks up one more part of Katz's comp from last game, and the other 2 are already banned out. So, they want absolutely no carryover from game 1.
What's really weird about this is that comp, I'm not saying it can't be effective on Sky Temple, but it is really, really good for, really good for Toon Spider Queen because it is so engage heavy and that map is so small. So it's like they're taking a comp design for a different map and just saying, screw it, we're playing it.
The Nubrak is such a good macro hero, though. Being able to just spit out beetles that tank the tower shots, especially since Sylvanas was taken by cats. Yeah, having kind of a discount black arrows in the form of beetles does still leave a lot of siege options open, even if the wave is totally pushed out.
Also, we can, of course, note the destruction of my blonde strategy. They abandoned it. I'm very sad.
I mean, Sony's skin had a helmet on. She could be blonde on that skin underneath the helmet. But Orphea was confirmed brunette.
Alright, let me go and get this prediction up for you. Hopefully you guys actually represent both teams this way. Or this time. Gosh. Alright, and coming into game number 2, representing our Cyan team, Cats on my keyboard, we do go and have Koala coming out on that Sonya, or as I like to call her, Mrs. Oh! We do go and have Chelsea coming out on Sylvanas, Ghost on the Orphea, we do have PJ Red playing the Johanna, and who did I miss? Apple is on the Anduin, the Appleduin.
And on the side of Counterpick Stupid, we've got Volcamer on Nubrak, Witsend back on Rhaegar, Osprey hopping over to Vala this time, Keldorn on Asmodean, and Zephy on, as he would say, Hawker.
So I do like they are predicting this Sylvanas cheese. Hey guys!
A lot of damage going out onto Nubrak, but he is able to get out. Since Cats did send all 5 down, does let CCS get a bit of a macro advantage.
It's interesting I said they predicted it, but I actually feel like they didn't, because they almost seem to be like, oh, the whole enemy team is here, whoops. They may have been going in to cheese the wall with a Nubarak, not thinking about the fact that Sylvanas was on the other team.
You know, I totally messed that up too. Just looking at CCS as I was introducing them, I was like, oh look, they're going bot, because of course they have Sylvanas, which they don't.
So you have PJ Red moving back. Right now Ghost is going to be going ahead and taking a siege camp, moving very, very lightly back and forth. Oh, actually took a little bit of a boulder to the face. That's okay, she'll get over it. She'll get over it!
Interesting that they have Orphea taking the camp. Camping is definitely not one of Orphea's strong suits. So both siege camps taken at almost exactly at the same time, but CCS is leaving Asmodan bot to clear and push. At least temporarily leaving.
So we go ahead and we're moving back and forth.
Kind of stop that push pretty quickly.
Oh, Zephy actually taking a surprise amount of damage from this. Looks like Wits is on his way up there and be like, okay, so no problem, I got you. I was going to say Hogger will get this cleared much, much, much faster, but actually not necessarily. It's only a little bit of an advantage. We do have, in terms of the talents, Annihilation and Greed once again taken on the Asmodan. Vala does go with Puncturing Arrow. Koala takes a huge bit of damage up top. Did run out, not realizing the entire US cavalry was right there. But speaking of the cavalry, here comes PJ Red and Chelsea from the side.
Asmodan does go down to Orphea.
That's such a bad matchup for Asmo, just because Orphea lives and dies on hitting her Q, and I don't want to be rude, but Asmo's got a big hitbox. He just does.
Valkyrie getting very low. The root does connect, and he does go down.
However, they did get a lot of shots on the top temple, and Hogger is occupying the bottom. Ghost is fighting with him right now. Zephy going to pull back as the team moves in, but with seeing several in the middle, are we going to see CCS move back out?
We do have Asmodan just free pushing bot at this point, so they might just look to get that value that way. Which it looks like the rest of CCS is caught on mid though.
A little bit too late though. It looks like the shots do go in favor of Cats on my keyboard, but it might not be too late to get some kills. They are in the middle of there. A lot of damage. Ghost is very, very low. It looks like the Rhaegar will be the one that actually goes down.
Lots of health bars getting low on the side of Cats on my keyboard, but not quite able to finish them off. Osprey gets caught out by Joanna and does go down as well.
So if that is 4 kills to none in favor of Cats on my keyboard so far. Welcomer moving up towards the top of the map at the moment. And it does look like there's an invade happening right now. It is scattered out by Asmo, but they are definitely not in a position to try and oppose it right now. Asmo currently up to 44 stacks of both Greed and Annihilation.
It looks like he is going to be able to stop that siege camp before it gets any damage onto that fort.
Meanwhile, up top, both can towers have been taken out, so Witsin just going to walk forward and lightning shield the wall. Koala is in the area, does get on top of Witsin. Nice little trade out. As at the bottom, we do go ahead and have Kelador and Osprey trying to hold this back. It is 4 versus 2, but the two that are down there are the two that pump out damage the hardest.
See the Falling Sword Light Bomb combo come out and just delete Paula. Oh, Orphea does go super deep though and gets turned on and taken out.
Yep, speaking of being deleted, Orphea is like, do you want a repeat demonstration? Here you go. Orphea always being super nice to us casters.
We do have Sony coming down, looks like just for that soak. Looks like neither offlane are looking to make a 5v4. But Cocoon does make a 5v4.
So they are looking at Anduin. Does get the double stun. Apple going down. There is the Ancestral. Does go ahead and heal up Vulcamer, and Anduin is out of the fight. This does look like an occupation of the bottom temple. We do go and have them actually pushing into this. I'm surprised. Hogger is on the way. Hogger is on the way.
And went down for another 7 seconds and all the way across the map. Wits End does step onto the temple. Big leap coming out.
Avala does go down. Keldorn very, very low. So is PJ Rad. Witsin goes in, tries to get that, but no. The D is pressed, and Unstoppable comes down. That is a 3-0 in favor of Cats on My Keyboard, and they're going to drive CCS off this point.
Joanna had taken CDR on her trait at 4, so able to just get that up a little sooner than CCS was expecting. So being able to pop that when Rhaegar dove her and just barely eke her way out.
So we do have both teams go ahead and take their shaman camps. Not really a shaman camp. The magic defense knight dude camp.
Bruiser camp.
That's probably a much better term than magic dude defense knight camp.
You know, it does get the point across, kind of. Cats on the Keyboard is up a talent here at this point.
CCS looking to possibly invade. Not going. No, they are going to get here in time. Valkenberg way out in front of the team. There is the Ancestral coming in. There's Silence comes down. There is the Falling Sword does land, but we have the Sylvanas being taken out. Celebrating her new book deal by leaving the game for a second. Koala does leap in, but not going to be able to get much done other than a all-expense-paid trip back to the Nexus. Hall of Storms.
And that's a 2-for-1. But Orphea looking to make it a. Sorry, it's 2-for-0, but Orphea looking to make it a 2-for-1. Hogger does start the boss, but CCS decides that's not what they want right now, since Orphea is still pretty bloodthirsty.
Well, I mean, we did say that it was a 2-for-0, but Orphea wanted to change things, and she did.
Well,
we do go ahead and have boss being picked up. Most of Cats on My Keyboard is back, but Sonya is not down here. And Sylvanas and Anduin say, yeah, the two of us should not go up against those 5.
yeah, we do still have a pretty significant structure advantage in favor of Cats on the Keyboard, so even with that 4-for-0, and CCS getting boss, trading tumbles is still a trade in favor of Cats on the Keyboard.
Yep, they are actually going to be hitting the keep wall directly, because they've already taken out all 3 forts.
And there's a healthy bruiser camp going on top keep as well. Hogger is going up to relieve that part of the pressure at least, but nothing you can do about the tower shots.
Valkenberg going forward in order to make them a little bit more uncomfortable as they try and take on the boss. But boss will get cleaned up. They do go and get one of the towers, but the second one does stand strong.
It does look like it's just going to be an even trade.
All 3 forts do go down on the side of Cats on My Keyboard. Roughly evening up map pressure, though obviously hit point pressure is still in favor of the Cats.
Cocoon does go out.
Koala does leap in. Followed by
super low on health though.
Yeah, this is
Sulk Ancestral does connect. Vala looks to be in trouble though.
Yep, Osprey gonna go ahead and get Ospreyed. That's a verb now.
Is it though?
It means to get dove upon until the point of death.
Alright. Cast on the Keyboard very briefly up 16s and no longer up 16s by the time I finish that sentence.
Cast on the Keyboard up 16s, and the advantage they get is that the casters will announce they're up 16s, and that's about it.
they do move on to top keep, and with Sylvana straight shutting it down, it's kind of nothing CCS can really do about that, except maybe use the opportunity to pick up or to invade their siege camp and get a little bit more pressure bot to answer that. This has got to be pretty careful though.
Yep, it does look like Castle by Keyboard is running in this direction. I don't know if they know, but they may suspect. Koala is on their way, but not in time.
It's a bold move, but it did work out.
Someone tell
I
Cotton.
guess going. Oh, he didn't actually go the lightning build or lightning shield build this time.
And I'm in the wrong part of the map for sure. We do have Vala and Anubrak being cleaned up right quick. Keladorn is trying to go ahead and spider walk on out. So many spider heroes.
A lot of spider heroes. Yeah, it looked like Osprey just got caught out by the enemy team. Valkymer dove in to try and save them, and just... yeah, the diving in just got him deleted too. So Castle Keyboard currently occupying both temples. Looks like CCS is going to go challenge them on bottom temple. Because losing both temples right now is, I don't want to say certain death, but a very dangerous position to be in.
Yeah, it's certainly on the roadmap to death. So yep, we do have the top keep removed for CCS. Middle one is taking a lot of shots, will not quite go down, but gets very, very close. But meanwhile, bottom keep is looking to be going down for Cats on my... no?
Oh, wow.
Down to 620 health. The Aspidan stay like roughly mid-map and finish that off. Legit, your Orb of Annihilation does... would kill it in 2 hits. Also, I can't remember the last time I saw an Aspidan that was not using the Aspidung skin.
Other skins do exist. CCS's siege camp is up in 15 seconds, and it looks like Katsumi Keyboard wants to ambush them there. They get a little tired of waiting and show in mid lane instead. Oh no, they were waiting for boss, not for the ambush, looks like.
CCS is aware of this, but I think they're waiting for 20 to really do anything because they suspect CCS won't try and engage them with their 20. They go ahead and move out of the siege camp.
Looks like Katsuma Keyboard just steps in.
Cat's done a really, really good job keeping Aspidan from getting his quest stacked. He's only at 164 stacks.
Cats are taking boss now. It will go down the healthiest lane that CCS has. Full keep and almost an entire tower. But still a boss at 15 minutes is going to do a decent amount of damage. And we have a temple up at mid, which puts Cats in a very good position.
Cats, did you not listen to me when I said I wanted to gain 3?
Apparently not. To be fair, Cats never listen.
Okay, that is very fair. Clearly, next time I want Cats on my keyboard to do something, I need to bring a can opener.
Like catnip or something.
Well, because the only time your cats will ever come to you is when you open their food.
Can confirm. CCS has reached level 20s. So they are able to take control of the point.
Alright, there we do go and have Keladorn being just just massive blow up. We do have Rhaegar and Aspen going down almost immediately. Cats has a lot of different tricks in their bag, but they all result in murder.
Yeah, looked like CCS had just enough tools to get out of the light bomb falling sword, but just was not able to survive the Sonya leap as well. Just caught them weak and did a ton of damage.
Yeah, Valkymer tries to go in, just gets absolutely shredded, and this should be the end of game number 2. I hate to say it, I know people are like, don't call the game until it's over. It's over.
Yeah, really well played by both teams. But yeah, Cats on my keyboard just able to stay one step ahead for a lot of that game.
So let me go and see if we can get a interview set up.
Looking at stats for a little bit. Yeah.
We'll actually jump to level 2 real quick and then talk about them.
All right, fair enough.
All right, so looking at stats, and while we wait to see if anyone wants to come in and join us, in terms of healing, we do go and have Apple coming out with 52,000 healing, Rhaegar with 39, though again, like, Anduin is a little bit more of a, like, Rhaegar's more of a, oh no, you're about to die healer.
Oh, good one!
Oh. And it looks like my teammate, Deadlord Ranger, went ahead and subscribed. Thank you very much. I believe that was... I actually got the Mira Han voice line. Good job. Doesn't actually mean anything. It's a voice line that I like. But getting back to stats, we do go ahead and have 47,000 coming out of the Orphea, Vala doing 42, and Sylvanas at 35.
Coming back to our interview, we do have Ghost and PJ Ren on the channel, though.
Fantastic.
What's up?
Very, very good couple of games. Ghost, I didn't think you ever left Koala. Are you haunting someone else now?
Oh yeah, I brought our solid tank with us right now,
So first kind of obvious question, how are you guys feeling right now?
Feeling good. I mean, yeah, that was a strong game for us. We were happy after the last one. We had a rough go on our last one, and then to come out with a domination, that's cool.
So starting... Oh, go ahead, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Going back to Tomb of the Spider Queen, you guys really, really seem to have a... Actually, kind of both games, you're just like, you know what? Our comp is to have a bunch of heroes that just delete the enemy. Which is very, very expected on Tomb of the Spider Queen, but I was a bit surprised that you still did it on Sky Temple, which is kind of known as the map that you can avoid your opponents on. Is that just the comps that you guys love the most, or...
We're a pretty slow, like, macro team normally, so we've been looking at these nice blow-up comps, so I think we practiced it well this week, and we wanted to bring it out, so it worked out well for us, but what do you think, Ghost?
Yeah, I think, they gave us the Joe, so I know she got nerfed today, so we ended up getting her, so that light bomb Joe was back on the table, so I think once we got the Joe early, we decided to go with that, leap, light bomb, falling sword combo. So it was nice to have that ability to just take team fights on our terms.
So looking at game number 1, it was kind of interesting in that... So you guys definitely had a Hogger that more or less played almost like a Murky and just ran around the map and took every camp that was available.
Yeah,
that was Ghost.
Yeah,
he killed it.
It camps pretty well, and it was we pit pressure in the lane. So I was scared because I'm like one hit on doing their camp. So it was nice that we kept a good eye on them, and the other three, they appeared strong in the top and mid, and our solo laner, was pushing hard. So they didn't suspect it, so it worked out this time.
Yeah, the low health camp invade towards the beginning of the game was definitely a bit of a clincher.
Yeah, I was sweating.
So that was, I think we even talked about it in the cast. We were like, oh, he's really, really hoping no one just happens to scout that. Although, to be fair, why would you? Because that's not a move you see very often.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about.
The other thing that, so there, you guys just, your comp worked on Stupid Spider Queen because you just kept taking their spider tokens away from them and preventing them from getting turned in. So was that just an incidental part of your strategy, or is that specifically part of the reason you like to blow up on that map? That may be an odd question because it seems like you like blow up on every map.
Yeah, for the first map, I mean, we were kind of looking at their comp, seeing what they normally go. We knew that they would like the Sylvanas. We knew that they liked the Lunara. So we were kind of seeing what they had and if we could blow up those squishies. And that's just kind of how we picked into it this time.
Makes a lot of sense. And Anaressa, did you have any questions about game number 1?
Not really. I think you've covered most of it.
All right. Going on to game number 2, there was a moment that I just absolutely cracked me up. Can you talk about exactly what it felt like whenever you went down bottom to like cheese their tower, and then they were also there trying to move across and cheese yours with a Nubarak?
Yeah, I mean we had the Sylvanas too, and we wanted to go there. We weren't sure if they were going to show up or not, and when we saw them, we weren't sure if they had 5 or not. So it was a little hectic on the callouts on that part. So we just decided to back up a little bit and get to lane. But yeah, we wanted to get that bottom tower quick.
It was a great moment because I could very much see from the way people were positioned that you weren't really expecting to run into a team fight right there.
Yeah, not at all.
The other thing that kind of like I wanted to, so there definitely was game number 1. You guys played very, very well and managed to control the game. In game number 2, there was this really weird decision where they killed 2 of you and you guys just kept going in and trying to fight them. What led to that decision?
I'll let Ghost talk about that one.
That's like, yeah, PJ. That's the one where I said, no, let's go back in. We got right. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
So
yeah.
they blew us up, but I knew I want to say they were damaged, and I knew we had the combo. If we could just land our combo, we could delete 1 or 2 of them, and then it was going to be an even fight afterwards. But I was playing Orphea, and I think I was like throttle up the entire game. So sometimes I looked really stupid dying behind enemy lines. Then other times when we landed like the Joe ult with the Sonya Leap or something, then it looked really cool. So it was kind of back and forth. But we usually don't play as go as we did that last game. But yeah, I really wanted to take it to them, even if we were down by 1, sometimes 2. I still think as long as like we had Joe, myself, and maybe the Sonya, then we could do some good damage.
All right.
Even with that one reckless call, I mean, you did still have top hero damage in the game and 9 kills. So seems like the plan worked out enough for you to make up for this one moment that we're just going to continually review about.
Yeah. Well, a lot of that hero damage is kind of like dumb damage if I'm just dying by myself and taking some damage out with me. But yeah, overall it was nice. But our other DPS on it did really well too throughout the whole game. So I think our DPS is pretty close. But I bet you our Sylvanas, Chelsea, probably did more like solid damage throughout the game. And I had a couple like ARAM damage going in there, just kind of being dumb. But it worked out well overall.
God, I love Orphea and ARAM. It's so stupid.
True.
So those are all the questions I had. Anaressa, did you have any final questions about game number 2?
I am a little bit curious, since so so much changed draft-wise between the two games. CCS either banned or picked every single hero that you played game one, and you of course took the Sylvanas from them. Kind of wondering what the thought process was going on, kind of seeing that swap take place and reacting to it.
Go ahead, Ghost.
Well, when we scattered them and kind of saw what they're used to playing, it was just kind of funny because, like, one of my favorite heroes is Hogger, and then one of Chelsea's favorite hero is Sylvanas and Asmo. It looked like we all played the same heroes, us and them. So going into both drafts, I just wanted to let everything go through and not, like, we target banned a little bit, but I think, like, they got heroes they were comfortable on and we got heroes we were comfortable on. And, like, if I could like let everything go through, I think that was our game plan both games, and just free for all on all of our favorite picks. So when they ended up with Hogger, it didn't surprise me, and a new bracket didn't surprise me because they like those heroes a lot too. Even the Asmo. So I thought they'd pick Sylvanas instead of the Asmo, but then it's Sky Temple, so Asmo has some value, and they probably wanted to deny Chelsea because he played a really good game on that first one. So so it was funny how it switched around, but we were happy getting the Joanna, Sylvanas, Sonya. So I think both sides were probably happy with the team comps going into it.
Oh, 100%. Last question I have for you guys. Although I already very much kind of know the answer to this, where did the name Cats on My Keyboard come from?
So Koala and I, we have our computers side by side, and when we first started playing this game, every time, like in the middle of a game, we'd be team fighting, everyone's at 10s going ham, and then we'd stop mid-game, both of our characters, and we'd just be like, sorry, we got a cat on our keyboard, and we're trying to get them off of it, like, at the same time. So it kind of came from that. But yeah, our two cats, they love to sit on top of our keyboards when we play games.
It would frustrate the other teammates when it happened. It was like, oh, well, we're losing this team fight. But it was just a phrase that just kept popping up as they were new to the game, and because they haven't played the game that long. Like, it was just last season when they started playing. So, cat on my keyboard was like, okay, we can't pause the Stormling game, but we're gonna have to take this loss in this team fight right now.
So, is it fair to say that thanks to your cats, your team has learned to come back from being behind?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yes, we are used to that.
Cat coach, best coach?
Here we go.
They're just looking out for your best interests, like all cats do all the time.
Anaressa, any final questions?
I mean, if you feel like sharing, love to know what your cats' names are, but obviously you don't have to.
We got Kiara and Kion.
Oh,
And if you can name the movie it's from, you guys get props.
I feel like I know it, but I can't. I don't know it that well.
It's Lion King 2. So
I did know it. I've seen that.
I was thinking that from the Kiara, but I don't remember a Keon from that.
Yeah. Well, he's part of the Lions Guard. So I guess.
Okay.
Maybe, I don't know if he wasn't. Was he in 2, Mindy? Oh, okay. I lied. It's part of the Disney show for Kion, but still part of Lion King.
But okay,
Lion King too.
those are the questions we had for you. Let me go and turn over to you for the shout-outs that I'm sure you want to give.
All you, PJ.
Oh, okay. I mean, shout-outs to our team as always. Gosh, we played great today. So, I mean, everybody who played, and then our subs, definitely. I know some of them are watching the game too, so shout out to them. What about you, Ghost?
Thank you for casting, as always. So we appreciate you guys being here doing this in this moment you're giving us. And yeah, and then good luck to the other team too. It was a fun 2 games, and I'm sure we're gonna see them in the playoffs. So yeah, we're ready for round 2. They're a good team, so it's gonna be challenging the next, once playoffs get going.
Yeah.
All right. Well, once again, congratulations. Thank you for the amazing games. I won't keep you away from the after party any longer, but thank you for giving us this interview.
Thanks for taking us here.
Matt, thanks for casting.
Yeah, good luck in the rest of your season and the playoffs.
All right.
Thank you. Peace.
Thanks.
Before we get going, Anaressa, do you want to let everyone know who you are and where they can find you and all that wonderful stuff?
I'm Anaressa. You can find me co-casting with Rocco a bunch. I don't really solo cast at this point, but tag along whenever Rocco will let me. You can also see me playing for 30 Seconds to Mosh in Div E East, and you can see me helping out on the admin side for Nextmania within the CCS organization.
Speaking of which, of you being able to find her co-casting, you'll actually see her co-casting with me in about 46 hours. At 11 o'clock on Thursday, we're actually back for Creepy Crawly Spiders versus, I forget the other team.
I think it's the A team.
It may be the A team.
I'll look it up while you're doing your
But meanwhile, my name is Raka. If you don't know how you got here, we'll hit the follow button and you can accidentally find your way here once again. If you are not able to talk in chat, definitely give me a follow. I have been hate rated in the past, so I do have to go ahead and put like a gate on who can talk. You either have to verify your identity with email and cell phone, or you have to be following for 24 hours. So just follow and you can talk next time. You can find me casting. You can find me over on the CCS Discord running around. Also on the NGS Discord, I'm a division moderator there, and also on Ice Crown Citadel Queens. And lastly, as we said halfway through, you can also see me in May when we're doing a charity drive. So look forward to that. Hope to see you there. Have you been able to look up who they're fighting? Because I do want to be able to say both teams.
Yes. A team is who you're casting tomorrow night. Actually, A team versus Kingfishers at 10:30 Eastern. And on Thursday will be Liquid Metal versus Creepy Crawly Spiders.
Gotcha. I thought A team was I thought they already played. So makes sense. So with
I think
that,
E-West is double round robin, so
oh, that's very
they do
fair.
play twice each, I believe.
But with that said, we are going to go over and bother Valcomer. Valcomer is apparently playing Storm League after these matches, and hey, he was in our game. I don't know if any of our winners are streaming, but I know he's streaming, so let's go say hi.
And thanks, chat, for hanging out with us tonight.